So, start kita. Inot na
Wait,
question.
sa camera titingin ako.
Bako, dumama. Che, kay may
Like,
igde.
as in dyan.
Iyo.
Sige, ready na. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so first question, have you ever visited the UNC Museum?
From...
Uy, iba-
No, I've never visited the UNC Museum once before. So, this project was the first time na I ever got to... Actually, kahit pumasok sa UNC, yun yung pinaka-first time ko na makapasok ko sa UNC. So, it was a very... it's a very informative experience kasi I got to witness what their museum has to offer for us.
Ayan. So, in a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your UNC Museum experience?
I'd give it a 7.2. I didn't give it an 8 kasi I know na the museum still has a lot to offer. It has a lot of potential. Kasi the curator mentioned na they had a lot of artifacts na hindi nila napapakita. Meron sila doon storage room, pinakita sa amin ng curator na marami pa silang mga historical goods na hindi pa napapakita. Kasi wala pa silang proper na place for the museum. So they had to move. They had to move from one location to another. I'm not sure kung saan sila galing specifically. Pero since nag-move sila because of the pandemic, lumit yung space. So mas limited yung mga artifacts na napakita nila. So unfortunately, we didn't get to see the UNC Museum at its peak, at its prime, nung malaki pa. I mean, yung nasa, pa sila, pattern location. Kaya, I look forward to when the time comes na makabalik sila dun sa venue.
Ayun. So, ano yung mga bagay na sobrang nagustuhan mo about sa museum?
I really liked how interactive it was. The curator was very passionate. Sobrang obvious na super passionate siya with what he does. And I feel like that passion really rubbed off into me. Kasi parang na-feel ko rin na, ay oo nga, amazing talaga to mga nandito. Kaya, yun nga, yung passion ng curator, it really helped. And also, the fact that the museum was it had a large scope. What I was, initially when I went to UNC Museum, I was expecting that it would just be limited to the historical story ng UNC, like yung school itself, yun lang. Pero I wasn't expecting that they'd have artifacts from literally all across the Philippines. Na they had they had fragments of jars that came from Visayas and all things like that. So it was I was shocked, but in a good way. So I wasn't expecting that I'd see such a wide variety of artifacts that they had to offer for the people who visit the museum.
Ayan. So, if bibigyan ka ba ng chance na bumalik, will you take it or not?
I'd go back to the UMC Museum after makahanap sila ng venue na mas malaki. Kasi yun nga, since I mentioned before na they had a lot of things to offer na hindi pa napapakita. So, I look forward to the time na when I come back sa UNC Museum, lahat ng mga artifacts na nakatago dun sa storage room, mapapakita na. And they'd have more things to offer for them.
Ayan. So, for the last question, ano sa tingin mo ang importance ng pagkakaroon ng UNC Museum sa'yo or sa community?
I feel like the importance of having a museum in general is that it keeps people anchored as to who they are as a person, like as a community, things like that. Kasi I feel like a museum is a very integral part into people being able to look back into how they live as a community and the things that they did to keep themselves entertained, the things they did to express themselves. And over time, with the introduction of technology, madalas nawawala na tong sense of identity natin, di ba? Kasi the youth nowadays, they're very easily influenced by the way the culture of people from outside the Philippines to the point na nawawala na yung identity nila as a Filipino, di ba? So parang hindi na nila na-realize how rich, how vibrant, how unique ang Filipino culture. And the only way that they can really see the beauty in that is through museums. Kasi you get a first-hand look of yung things na na-mention ko, their arts, the different instruments that they used to live. Kaya I feel like that I feel like the museums here in Naga, they should be more promoted to the people. Yeah, the curator mentioned that we had a lot. We have the most number of museums here in Bicol, a total of 7 from what I know. That's including the school museums. And unfortunately, despite the fact na 7 museums natin dito sa Naga, they're not, hindi sila binibisita ng mga tao, which is really unfortunate. So I look forward to the day na people are able to realize the beauty in these museums and see beyond just looking at old, old things or like old paintings, and see themselves, see who they were, see what they could have been, and see what it's like to be a Filipino. And again,
Ayun, so that's it. You
okay,
did great.
I'm done.
Natanong mo kung anong favorite part mo?
Yeah.
Ano?
Anong favorite
Ayun, si
artifact?
favorite part ko. Masabi man ko taho.
Sige na, sige
Ah, sige.
na. Sige.
Kaya parang sa ko.
Parang, yung ano eh.
Wait lang. Sige, ready.
Ayan. Nag-roll pa rin. Yeah. What's
Ay,
your
so-
What's your favorite order?
Ayan.
C1.
Dory.
Sige, sige. What's your favorite part of the museum or favorite artifact?
Yung pinaka-favorite kong artifact sa UNC Museum was the Baroto. The Baroto and the whale bone. You can see kung anong, the ocean theme, whatever. Yung favorite ko yung Baroto was kasi it felt like a very personal item to me. Diba? Kasi, it's a boat. And it's the same boat, kasi di ba may initials doon na naka-engrave, di ba? So it really showed how personal that item was. The person who owned that boat, ginamit niya yan para mapabuhay yung pamilya niya. Ginamit niya yan para mapabuhay yung sarili niya. Or they could have used it as their own passion. Maybe they really liked fishing, di ba? And just from that, it gives you a perspective of how simple the life was back then. Na they were able to utilize their resources, what they had around them, to live. Diba? A form of survival. And it's a very personal item kasi that person could have revolved their life around that boat. Kasi, maybe pangkabuhayan yun na yung fishing na yun. Kaya, I really like seeing the boat. Tapos ang laki-laki niya pa. Like, ang ganda i-imagine kung how life was like back then. Tapos I really like the whale bone. Kasi ako personally, I'm a really big ocean enthusiast. I really like whales. Yan ang pinaka-favorite ko, pinaka-favorite ko animal. So, seeing that whale bone, and it's like super well preserved rin, like hindi siya damaged or anything. It gave me an idea of like how vibrant life has to offer. And seeing it dun sa parang little patio that had all the shells and stuff. It gave me a deeper appreciation to, the things that we could learn more about if people discover more about, about like the different organisms dito. Tapos, yun, the fact that somebody was able to find that and preserve it so properly, it's a good, it can reflect like how really passionate or like how really interesting the different museums have to offer dito sa Naga. Kaya it makes me wonder kung what else other museums have to offer, lalo na sa ibang parts of the Philippines. Kasi wala, yun lang. It makes you curious. Yan. Okay na.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Okay na.
Sana ako.
Okay na.